Hi guys, welcome back. This is my end of the term summer recap. I think this was summer term, and this little gem right here is Lilith. She is our very new puppy King Corso, and she just had to be in this video, so here she is. I don't remember if I did a recap for my last term. I do know I put out some videos since then, so here's just a really quick recap. I am now living in Central Texas. I was living in California, Southern California previously, but now I'm in Texas. I did assess for school. We did do in person, but we didn't go to the school. I had to drive about 100 miles to some midwives, and they assessed me. It was my faculty member on the camera, and then it was my in-person assessor. I didn't know anybody in California, so my current preceptor did come, and she was my model. I did pass assessment, so I'm in my primary phase now, so that was fun. I've only had 4 births this term under my primary. It has been a learning curve. I don't know if anybody has a witness or experience, going to different preceptorships, or even if you're a midwife and watching this for some reason, just going to different practices. It's always a learning curve. People practice different practices. Midwife to midwife is different. They believe in how they handle things is so different. And moving from California to Texas, it is a really big learning curve. In California, I did work with 2 midwives there, or 2 midwifery practices, both different but kind of the same, very hands-off. So when I came to Texas, I worked with 2 different practices. Both are very different from California, even from midwife to midwife. It seems that they are a little bit more hands-on. So it does seem that I am a little bit behind, and I'm trying to catch up. So that has been a learning curve from, moving into primaries, but as well as learning different practice styles, as well as learning, to be more hands-on, because that's not what I'm used to. So that has been a really big learning curve on the clinical side. The 2 practices that I mentioned that I was working with, I will no longer be working with them. I will be phasing out working with their practice to work with a really big birth center out here, which is nice because if I am behind in some skills, this birth center does have a lot of births and a lot of experience that I'm happy to get. I've always said from the beginning, I didn't want to be the midwife who, had easy peasy births and kind of coast through their career. 100% whatever births you need to become a midwife, I don't think that's enough. So it's nice to, a practice where I will have more than what I need, more numbers than I need. So I'm excited. I'm technically kind of working with them, but I would start my official student journey with them sometime in September. And at the time of recording this is Monday, 1 week after the term has wrapped. Grades has not posted, but I think I am going to pass all of my classes. I did have, my lowest grade currently is a 91, but I need to talk to the teacher because I think something happened with the grading I need to talk to the teacher because something happened with the grading with that, I think. So I reached out to her, and I'm just waiting to see if when she responds. That being said, I do want to appreciate and shout out everybody who has, reached out to me. A lot of them are prospective students who had questions about MCU and my midwifery journey and stuff like that. I will say, if you reached out to me, I have always responded back. So if you have any questions, or if I don't talk about something that you're curious about, 100% reach out to me. I may be slow because I'm very busy, but I want to help, and that's why I have this channel. Y'all, this puppy King Corso is so hard to deal with a puppy. I have an older dog that is a Shiba, and I forgot what it's like to have a puppy, and the puppy is a lot of work. Thank God my husband this is my husband's dog, and he's been training her, but now he's out of town and I am dealing with her, and it is a lot. But Lilith, you notice that I haven't been making as many videos and stuff as I did in the beginning because phase 3 is easier and it's harder in a sense. When I first started in phase 1, I was making a lot of videos. A lot of assignments were video uploads. But now, since, you know, I have 2 more terms left, they do have video options, but I typically, it depended on time and what that work, that school load week is like. I usually will just go ahead and like not do the video option anymore, because I think it's beneficial for me to write, because I'm not a strong writer. I have gotten better, but I'm still not a strong writer, so I usually just opt into writing assignments versus submitting assignments, as well as personal videos or my midwifery non-school related videos. I try to do a little bit more. As you can kind of see, it's just hard for me to be consistent with that. But let me know what you guys want to see. So anywho, with that being said, school itself, I took 4 classes this term, 2 clinic classes, no, 5 classes this term, 2 clinic classes, a self-care class, complications in prenatal care, complications in postnatal care. The self-care class is so amazing, and I think that it came at the right time. This school year has been really hard for me, a lot of changes, and this self-care class talks about what burnout looks like, how to identify it, and if you are experiencing burnout, what you can do, and some of the reasons that contribute to burnout as a midwife and a student, and what we can do to have some stability and sustainability. I will also say that if you are a student and you're already watching this, or if you are a prospective student, it's very easy to feel alone in an online school. So reach out to your peers. My best friend, I actually met here. We are in the same cohort, but I remember it like it was yesterday. We were in the MCU admin, like, you know, page, and we were so excited, and we're like, oh, who's part of this cohort? And she messaged me, and ever since then, we've been best friends. But I say that to say, reach out to people. It's easy to feel alone, and I've noticed a lot of people are going through a similar situation, and you don't have to feel isolated. I'm always here. Just reach out. You're never alone, and even though this is an online school. Yeah, so that's my best advice. Reach out. What you're going through, you're not alone. People are also probably going through hard apprenticeships or work-life balance, trying to figure out money situation, whatever the case is, or if you're not alone. That's all I have to say on that. And if you have an opportunity to take the self-care class, 100% is elective. I highly recommend it as an elective class. And my other classes, it was midwifery 3010. It was a very heavy practice guidelines. Heavy, what you need. In the beginning, if you're looking at this and you're like, practice guidelines, if you have an opportunity to like video or do a practice guideline, always do the practice guideline, because you 100% will need it. When you are in the student status, you don't really like when you're a child and your parents like, don't do this, and you don't understand until you become an adult. The practice guidelines will help you once you become a midwife. So it's like our school's obviously preparing us for that. So I don't have any problem. The class was easy overall. I don't have any complaints about classes, but I will recommend that you guys do set evals. So it's like at the end of the term to review your student teachers and coursework and stuff. And I feel like I'm just rambling at this point, but I'm just excited. I have 2 more terms left. Holy freaking moly, guys. I cannot imagine myself being a midwife. I'm very nervous. I'm not a good test taker, so my goals for this upcoming term is to look for a test prep class. Not for the norm or for any test specifically, but just how to go into the test, you know, and maybe learn how to study better. Those are my goals this term, as well as read. I don't read often during the term because it's really busy. And I just want to do more self-care. I want to do self-care and check in with me and my husband, because we have gone through a really big change out of all of the stuff that has happened. I keep saying this has just been a really tough term for me mentally and emotionally, and I'm just so happy to have my husband. I've had a lot of family visit, and I've also visited a lot of family, so it's nice to have that, even though it's hard to make time. This is my end of the term recap. This is summer 2025, and I'm just so happy to almost be done. If you guys want to see more videos from me, dancing videos or other videos, tell me what you want to see. I know I only get a couple of views, But I think these videos are more so for me, so I can look back and see it and see my journey, and hopefully this video can help people, because like I mentioned a long time ago, when I started midwifery school, I didn't see a lot of videos. I seen 2 people and they kind of stopped. So even if it gets busy, I try to keep going for you guys. If you guys have questions about like VA benefits, let me know. If you have questions about preceptorship, about schoolwork, about anything, let me know. And if I don't know how to answer it, I do know somebody who does know how to answer it. I am a social butterfly, and I network and I resource and all of the fun things. So here's to the end of my first term in primary phase. I have 2 more left, so see you guys on Instagram.